pull some cards with y'all. But I was usually before I come on camera, I say a prayer. Give me a minute to say this because I normally don't get channeled messages. Normally I just say my prayer and then I'll turn on the camera. But while I was after I got done praying and I was just getting the cards ready, this energy came to me and I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to share this. So to those of you who had a exhausting 2025, you've been through a lot. You done experienced some things. Whether you are just getting into some BS that you got to deal with, whether you are in the midst of some BS you had to deal with, whether you are on the tail end of clearing up some BS you were in, or whether you have come out of that BS and now you're trying to reset, or maybe you've reset and now you're trying to figure out what direction to go in. Well, no matter what stage you are in your battle that you had in 2025, and this is for people who went through some things. I talked to a few different people, and a lot of people, one thing they all said is 2025 was a beast. Okay, so I'm talking to you, those of you who are still here, who are still in the trenches, still fighting. You done been through some shit, whether it's divorces, losing jobs, losing family members, losing yourself. Okay, whether you have gone through some type of scorpionic transformative situation where you had no choice in the matter, you just had to adjust and adapt, and it was very stressful, very demanding, very intense, and it was so powerful that you only could work with what you had. Okay, in many regards. Long story short, you are the warriors. I'm told to tell you congratulations, even though you may feel disgruntled, frustrated, backed up, tired, beat down, drained, exhausted, frustrated, angry, hungry, okay, thirsty, worn out, whatever adjective you want to use that you felt during this transformation. Just know that you are gaining some type of spiritual gift as a result. If you look at any of the superhero shows or the stories of the origins of any superhero, how did they come into their power? They came into their power because they came up against some type of traumatic situation. Okay, so you are likened to the superhero. It is your story. This is why we all love superheroes, right? And some of us turn into superheroes and we fight on the spiritual realm for the positive, as well as in the 3D realm for the positive, right? And then some of us fight on the other side of things, the dark side of things, right? Or for, the negative aspects of things, right? On the opposite of love. So, what I'm being told to tell you all is to the ones who pray to the light, you know, you use your dark energy when you need to defend yourself. But as far as your fight is for the light, and your fight is for your bloodline, right? Because you're generational curse breakers. That's what you're experiencing right now. You closing out a karmic cycle. You can't tell me with the intensity of this that it's not a karmic cycle. So trust me when I tell you, you close out a karmic cycle. So here you are now. What? Your prayer, even if you're too tired and you can't do anything else, your prayer is a form of war as well, is a warrior tactic as well. Mars deals with strategy. Mars is in, I believe it's in Capricorn right now, and that's a dope place for it to be. Okay, because Mars is a warrior. Capricorn is a calculated warrior. They're similar. The Mars energy and the Capricorn energy is similar in a lot of ways, even though they do bump heads. They bump heads because they got their own way of doing it, but they both are determined and will fight to the death. Mars and Saturn. It's like father and son, right? Um, like the energy, the characteristics of it comes out as Capricorn as far as Saturn is concerned. So I'm being told to tell y'all, and I'm about to pull the cards, but I'm being told to tell y'all that you can use your prayer as a war tactic as well. All right. I'm being told to tell you to be very specific, include timelines and dimensions in your wording. Be very specific in your wording because the English language is a mix of multiple languages, and some of the ancestors from other realms wouldn't even be able to understand this language. So being as specific as possible will allow your prayer to translate through different timelines and dimensions. Okay, that's what I'm being told. So be specific. Okay, and also another thing, don't focus your energy on alchemizing any negative energy that comes to you. What you can do is you can word your prayer so that any negative energy that comes to you is stricken down as soon as the offender sends it. You can word your prayer that way, so that what you do alchemize, when you alchemize energy, is you alchemize the energy that was taken from you. You call that back to you. So you got the part where you're being attacked taken care of. This is strategy here, right? With your prayer, because that's a form of fighting for your bloodline and you. You can't fight for just you and not your bloodline. Like you got to take it to the next level. All right. So you fighting for your bloodline right now for a lot of y'all. So this is what you need to do, or what you may want to consider. Is asking um, and wording your prayer so that everything throughout the timelines is included. You know what you're calling back to you. Also, make sure whatever your whatever way the energy was stolen from you, be specific in how it's returned to you, and what you're gonna do with it. How you're gonna alchemize it. Use your energy to alchemize energy that you're calling back to you in your bloodline. That's what I'm being told to tell you. And don't focus on alchemizing energy that's going to be thrown at you to try to stop you, because there's always going to be energy thrown at you to try to stop you. Strategize and take care of that with prayers. You could do physical things in the physical realm to protect yourself as well, but make sure you put that prayer out there so that you could stop it in the spiritual realm before it get here to the physical realm, is what I'm being told. So this is why prayer is dope. And you ever hear the term prayer warrior? So use that as a tactic as well. All right, to help you to go through this transformation, because you're going to make it through no matter what stage you at. But this is also another tactic that you can use to make sure that if things ain't going the way you want them, you can start gearing them and directing them. And then just make sure you put it out there, effective immediately, so shall it be. And say it with conviction, and say it with your chest. Okay. All right, so let's get some cards out. That's what I was told to tell y'all. And I hope you got something out of it, because I definitely did. I'm just passing on the message that was told to me. All right, so I figured I'd share it with y'all. Um, all right, let's pull some cards. I hope everybody doing all right. Happy birthday, Capricorn. It's Capricorn season. I hope all is well with everybody. 2025, Happy New Year to you, right? No matter when you celebrate, right now is a celebratory time. There's transformation going on. All right, so for some of us, we're still into 2025. We're in the rat year. No, what is this? Is this the rat? No, this is the snake year. The snake year was a rough year for a lot of us. Okay, I know it was a rough year for the pigs. I know it was a rough year for I forget who else, and I'm talking Chinese astrology. So 2025 is still going on until about mid-February. Then we'll be out of that. So for a lot of you, yeah, okay. Six of Pentacles, yeah, but everything is going to be reciprocated. It's going to be turned around, boo. Okay, it's going to be turned around. Look what comes out first. Okay, so in some way, shape, or form, the scales are balanced. You're gonna get what you were. You're gonna get what you deserve, whether you was on the good side of things or on the negative side. Because I'm talking to y'all who's doing dirt too. All right, y'all. Somebody might have been fighting a different war. Okay, where you was on the side trying to protect yourself, and you could have been. Somebody else could have been on the side trying to uh, disregard you in some way. To those negative doers out there, karma's here. Okay, it's time. Just take a look around you. You got people at different stages of licking their wounds, looking around at everybody, watching what's going on. Okay, yeah, what I tell you, this is the devil energy. You know what I'm saying? You got people who are looking to get what they could get. You got thieves out here. Okay, you got people who are very superficial. You know, you got a lot of that. But for some of y'all spiritual warriors, y'all have been in a position where you have gotten disciplined. You disciplined yourself. You stopped eating certain things, right? You started implementing a stricter regimen in whatever it is that you're doing, incorporating whatever it is that your lifestyle choice requires for you to tap into your gift, right? Some people are required to, maybe it's best for them to sleep late. Whether some of y'all is good for y'all to be up early, right? Maybe some of you need to work out a certain way. Everybody should have some exercise, no matter how big, small, or whatever your shape is. Your body needs some type of exercise. So maybe you found something that works for you. Maybe you found a creative outlet, right? Some of you have done that. So a lot of you are in the process or on the way of doing this. And, this is going to bring you Capricorn energy. Can also, devil energy can be good energy. It could just be that you are you know you're deciding, okay, I'm chained to this. I decided to, this is the contract I'm going to get into. So as a result, I'm attached to this, because the devil energy is an attachment to something, something that brings you tangible results. Okay, it don't necessarily have to be bad, but if it's to the point where you can't let it go or you can't release from it, then it is. It could be good temporary. So maybe you're doing a temporary contract where you're making some money for a company, you working with them for about a year. This is this type of thing. So some of you could be coming into this type of energy. All right. So as a result of you doing the things that you needed to do, as a result of you going through the trials and tribulations you went through, okay, some of you may have felt, like I said, this is karma, because Saturn, wasn't I just talking about Mars and Saturn? Here go the devil energy, Saturn right here. Okay. So, this is very spiritual energy. Like I said, some of you, you are reaping the benefits of something coming to you. You've been through some things. So now you're getting some spiritual gifts. The devil energy represents an energy of what you had to fight to get away from, or what you had to fight to balance, because we can't get away from ourselves. Some of us are fighting our own internal demons, but what we've done is we've been able to control it, or we know when to release it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you have control over it. Some of us warrior spirits, we got a dark door to us. When that door is open, all hell break loose. But we've mastered how to keep that door open and to know when we're being triggered. And then we avoid that if we can. If we can get out of the situation, we would exit the situation. That door only opens when there's no other choice, right? So some of you have been introduced to that door in 2025, and it's a whole new you, and now you're like sitting here like, who am I? What is going on? Yeah, that's a gift that just opened up. That's the feeling you get when you are being introduced to another gift. It comes through a time of trauma. Some of you, it could have been anything. It could have been a car accident. Like I said, it could be somebody who passed away. You could be going through a divorce. Shit, you could have got robbed. You could have gotten into a physical altercation. You could have lost your job. you know um you could have got into you may have had a surgical procedure, and it's bothering you. Anything could have happened. There could have been a health issue, a health concern, right? But the thing is that you are able to come out of this, and you're going to benefit in some way, shape, or form. Something is coming to you. All right. Eight of Wands, and you're gonna get it right away. You're gonna get it right away. For some of you, the situation is gonna come to an end soon. If you're in the midst of something, things are gonna change. The pace is gonna change in about anywhere between eight weeks. Okay, on average. You're going to get some type of communication, or you may have to travel, or somebody may be coming in towards you, or something that has to do with another language, uh, another country, another culture, another religious system or religious belief may be introduced into your energy, and may be a clue, okay, of what you may have coming towards you. Okay, so I feel like it's coming soon. All right. Some of you may be deciding to relocate or move or travel. Okay. Or maybe you are going on vacation. That could be the case. Some of you may be able to go on vacation. You may hit the lotto. Okay. Some of you may need to play the number. Okay. and you may hit it within the next 8 weeks. All right, or you may have 8 weeks now that you got some money. You got some money coming in 8 weeks, or you may have 8 weeks to put something in order because you came into some money. Something good is coming. I like this. Yeah, Ten of Sword energy in reverse. You could put your you could put your swords down. Is what I'm getting here. All right. Don't waste your time arguing with people that don't make any sense. For some of you, you've mastered that. Like these are so many war tactics you guys have mastered, and you're benefiting from it. Um, some of you, you know, when you see toxic energy, you just move right away from it. You recognize what's triggering you or what triggered you, and then you know how to move away. You learned, right? So now you can pick up something really quickly. Like your intuition is just all over the place now. I feel like with this Ten of Sword energy here, this is you healing from whatever you went through. That's what I'm getting here. Some of you arguing with people is a waste of your time, or something that could have put you in a situation you're in. Um, you know, not paying attention to what's going on. Um, Maybe brushing things off that people do or say, specifically say. I feel like some of you have been biting your tongue, okay, or somebody, you had to bite your tongue. You had to keep your, you know, your composure with you, is what I'm getting for some of you. Or you may need to. Some of you, you know, you did this and it benefited you in some way, shape, or form. You could have been betrayed, you know, by somebody that you were connected to, somebody that you may have decided, okay, you thought you were on the same page. I thought y'all were on the same frequency. Maybe at one point you were, but something could have changed, and it could have changed quickly, right? So you realize that, you know, this is not what it is anymore. Okay. Some of you may have dodged a bullet with this Ten of Sword energy in reverse, right? Um, you could have like tipped the scales in a situation or a scenario where somebody thought they had you. This is very strategic here. Somebody may have thought they had you, but you were able to flip the scales. That's for some of you. Okay. Yeah. With the Six of Cup energy here, you looking back at it. Okay. This is something that was spiritual. I'm telling you, this is you flipping the script. Learn, you know, this is you tapping into some childhood gift you may have or may have had, something that could have been passed down to you from another lifetime. You didn't know about this. You might have had this gift when you was a kid and it might have went dormant. That's why this Ten of Sword in reverse could be here with this Six of Cups. Okay. So somebody could have been siphoning also your energy when you were younger. Okay, with this devil energy and this Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Somebody could have been siphoning your energy, and you can call it back through your prayers with the Eight of Wands. Call it back with your prayers. That's the action you take. Okay, call your energy back. Some of you are not doing that, and that's what you should do. You got to be careful with the wording. That's what I'm getting with this Ten of Swords, you know, and you'll be able to tap into that past energy, that past life energy, that childlike energy. That's what's going to rejuvenate you. So you may want to find something, you know, to help relax you, you know, your nerves. It might have take B vitamins, B complex, because the B vitamins help with the nerves, right? So you want to tend to your nerves right at this time. For those of you who going through traumatic shit or went through some traumatic shit, just came out something traumatic, you know, transformative, and it's on your nerves, you need to, you know, make sure you're taking your B complex vitamins. Look up things to help the nerves. Okay. Yeah, because this transformation is stimulating. It's stimulating your nervous system. Okay. And your nervous system is going through a transformation here. All right, is what I'm getting for a lot of us. So you know, when you go through a spiritual transformation, you also experience some physical symptoms as well. So a lot of times your nervous system, you know, as a result, has been rattled. Anytime your nervous system is rattled, I feel like on a spiritual level, that's you going through some type of transformation. Yeah, and see, with the strength energy here, this is all about you getting in control of that. You know, some of us have been through situations where uh, a door within us has been opened, and now that that door is open, now you got a new friend. Okay, this was this was you in the beginning. You was the devil energy, right? You know, this was you attached to the other person, to that energy within you, right? So that energy within you could have been lust, and then that lust could have been manifested in you staying in a connection with somebody that you wasn't supposed to be in. It was a one night stand that lasted too damn long, right? You was attached to that. And so now with the Leo energy, the strength energy, you've mastered that lustful energy. Some of you, it may have taken you about 8 weeks to do it. Okay. If you look back at the time frame in which things were going on for you. That's what I'm getting here. So you know, you could be in a position now where you are tapping in and using this energy to your benefit and learning how to use it to your benefit. And if you're not at that point yet, like I said, some of you could be just, you must have just some of you could have just gotten to some bullshit and it's going to cause you some problems. Others of you are in the midst of some bullshit that caused you some problems and trying to figure a way out, like I said before. Others of you just got your way out or you're digging your way out and you out in the sea now and you can finally see land. So yeah, shit is coming to an end, the stress, or you go into the next stage of healing the situation. It could take some time, right? Some of you already hit land, you know what I mean? And now you got to figure out how to adapt and how to adjust. You know what I'm saying? And then others of you, now that you've mastered how to adjust and adapt, you've gotten your nervous system intact, you've gotten into a routine or a pattern, things have calmed down. Now you're ready to take things to the next level, right? Or you're trying to heal yourself. For a lot of you, you're trying to tap into that childhood vitality. Leo area of your chart, that's the area of your vitality, how you reinvigorate yourself. You tap into that childhood energy. That's the fountain of youth, okay? Especially with the Six of Cups, okay? That's where you go to heal this Ten of Sword energy in reverse, right? That's how you restore yourself from, fighting with that demon, okay? So for some of you, you mastered a lot. That's dope, okay? I wanted to get another deck. Oh, here we go. But that's dope. So, those of you who are out here fighting these, demons and you in this energy here, you're doing well, So I'm just trying to see what else we could figure out here that help you moving forward. So look at the man came out in reverse with the six of Pentacles. Now the Hangman energy, that's Neptunian energy, all right? That's psychic energy, psychic ability. That's very feminine energy. It's a higher octave of Venus, right? So about love, appreciation, but on the dark side, because it's in reverse. So we're looking at the dark side of things. This could be about, somebody who can't make a decision, somebody who could, be delusional, okay? Or a situation could be, the wool could be pulled over someone's eyes about a situation, right? In reference to the equal give and take. So this is why we got this toxic energy here. So, whether this was you telling yourself, oh, it ain't gonna matter. I could just let them stay with me for a day or two. It's only gonna be a day or two. And that turned into a damn fiasco. Some of you was like, oh, well, you know what? I'm just gonna call out today. I shouldn't have no problem now. You don't got a job, or some weird shit happened and, your money is messed. I don't know. Anything could have happened, right? But some situation came in here where things was balanced to throw things off. It's like, how do I figure out how to throw things off? How can I figure that out? How can I get this person to see that I'm bringing something to the table when in reality they trying to latch on to you, okay? So they wanted you to see an illusion here, or this situation, the way it sounded in your head when it was you talking to, the other you, right? You sitting there talking to the other you. You, number one, is like, yo, this is a great idea. Come on, we could do this. We got to go over here. All we got to do is da-da-da. But you, number two, is like, nah, it's too simple. You don't know what could happen after the. So this could be a conversation you having in your head, okay? Because Mercury does deal with air and thought. Oh, that's Virgo energy, okay, which is Mercury. So that you could be analyzing and assessing the situation that you might have just, told yourself something that wasn't true. Okay, and as a result, it got you into some toxic situation. That could happen. Or if this ain't you, it could be somebody else you know. But yeah, this is a situation that has some control over somebody. All right, yeah, with the Hermit energy, somebody's looking back at this and realizing this. All right. This is earth energy. This is somebody getting grounded about what's really going down here, and having to go off somewhere themselves and figure some shit out. It's like, yo, this I want to be alone energy. Yo, I want to be alone. I want to get away from this person or this idea. It's not for me, or this situation or scenario. It's not for me. This is somebody breaking it down like, nah, you shouldn't do that. Here's why. Okay. This could also just be an energy of somebody trying to be on some bullshit here. I don't know if somebody. I just got some dark energy here. I'm gonna tap into it and I'm gonna tap out. I don't know if somebody's in some type of bullshit where they selling bodies. Be careful who you dealing with. Okay, I just picked up some real dark energy in reference to somebody who might be making money. Selling human people. Trade. It could be slavery, human selling people into human slavery. Okay, just be careful what's going on. This could be somebody being investigated. Somebody may have been found out. Somebody might have found out what this person was doing. Okay. Yeah, they was involved in some nefarious market, some type of dark market. Okay. Or somebody robbed somebody or stole something. On a spiritual level, this could be the spiritual black market as well. So somebody in the spiritual realm, doing some bullshit. This is why you gotta put your prayer warrior energy in place. Okay. Yeah, this is also an energy of somebody, looking at you as if they could monopolize off of you in some way, shape, or form. This is somebody fronting like, oh, I'm bringing 50-50 to the table, or I got something to bring to the table. They making it look like they got money. You know what I'm saying? That they stable, they got a level head, they a decent person, they're very, and this is what they wanted it to be, appear to be to you, right? But you find out very quickly, uh, that this is not something that's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit them, right? This is why they move quickly, or somebody wants to move quickly. Okay. So somebody could be coming in, trying to come in, trying to connect with you, wanting to travel towards you for sure. Maybe somebody wants you to go on a trip with them. Okay. Somebody may want to talk to you about what you did for the holidays, and somebody may want to celebrate your birthday with you if it's somebody's birthday or something like that. Some type of something is going on. Okay, where this person is going to try to connect to you in some way, shape, or form. They're going to take the opportunity to do so, or this situation is going to revisit your mind again. You're going to try to see if there's a quick way to get this done, if you can get it done. And if this is about someone getting away from someone, that could be it as well. Okay. But there's a 8-week time frame here where things could change. All right. So where with the 5 of Cups, clarifying this 10 of Swords here, this is somebody like, oh, this is somebody who would do you dirty, and it's just like, okay, well, you know what, you didn't act right, so I had to cut you off, or I had to do you dirty, or this, like I said, this is somebody who, this is scorpionic energy. This is the dark market. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who may have done this to 3 other people. Okay, if they on some bullshit, getting people caught up in some bullshit. Okay, um, the time frame could be within the next 8 weeks. Maybe they got a certain amount of time to get this done, or they're traveling to somebody to do it. Or this could be what goes on when they go out of the country. To somebody could be, or the market takes place out of country. They ship people out, is what I'm getting here. All right, whatever they're doing, whether it's drugs, whether it's people, whether it's diamonds, whatever it is. Okay. So in the spiritual realm, though, as far as you praying and connecting and connecting with your bloodline, this is you can see changes as soon as 8 weeks. You just have to know how to pray. You know, and be very specific with the Hermit energy. This is like being very detailed about the toxic energy that you got around you and how to get it back and what to do with it. you know the Hangman energy in reverse in the 6 of Pentacles talks about how to ask for that energy back, how to pray, because the Hangman, you talk it you're looking at it from a different perspective. So you're looking at the spiritual realm, right, when you're in reverse, right? So it's like, okay, I'm praying, I'm sleep, subconscious, right? That's how you look at the hangman when he's in reverse on a spiritual level. So you're in the subconscious. You talking to your other, your ancestors, and you're calling in energy, right, with the Six of Pentacles, so that all of your bloodline is able to get back what was taken from them. You could include that in your prayer. Some of you, if you include that in your prayer, you may lose some. You might. I'm getting the energy. You might lost one. Which, what did Lauryn Hill say? What's her song? You you might win some, but you just lost one. Something like that. But where you are the one who won. Okay. So there could be like you might have lost a battle or two, but you're gonna win the war. Okay. Yeah. Here's the Chariot energy. So this is about with it's very difficult, or somebody's very impatient. They don't have the patience to wait this out. Wait it out is what I'm getting. Wait it out. I feel like this is energy. This is ancestral for real. Okay, this is past life energy for real. And I just feel like you know, because we got two sixes here. The Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So these are blessings that are coming to you that um you had. These are gifts because you had these in a past life. And I feel like they went dormant for some reason in your childhood. But I feel like it's a generational blessing that you have, a generational gift. This is something that was passed down your bloodline, okay? Yeah. And then here's the strength energy, okay? So now, because you went through what you went through, now you are accessing this gift. So you're getting blessings for this. And what I tell you, bam, temperance, clarifying strength. You have fought, you know, and so now that you fought, you're going to get blessings. There's wisdom and experience in this. The experience of this, you could transmute that, right? And turn it into vitality in some way, shape, or form. Look at pouring one cup into another. There could be one thing in one cup and one thing in the other, and then pouring them together, mixing them up, a form of alchemy, right? That helps you to tap into you could tap into your vitality for that, or with that. Some of you are going to use that energy to do that. This is the ancestors also blessing you. This is you being the ancestors is the temperance energy, and you are the strength energy. This is the ancestors blessing you. You're the lion. The ancestors is the woman blessing you and getting you to attain your spiritual gift. You've been given another spiritual gift. So now you have to learn to tame that. So it's like new level, new devil. So this is an interesting energy. So this is what some of you are going to experience. Look at all these major arcanas. The Hangman in reverse, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Temperance. Temperance to me is the ancestors. The Chariot to me is your generational bloodline with the Six of Cups and the Five of Cups. Okay, that's your bloodline, and how you pray, in the cycles, Neptune energy, and with the Hermit, okay, and then the devil energy, all right, Capricorn is a spiritual energy. This is a contract, okay, a spiritual contract. And this is you looking at the details of the spiritual contract, or understanding that it's a spiritual contract, because you can't figure this out. It's like, yo, what is going on here? Why is this happening? And this is you analyzing and assessing it. Yeah, here's the star energy. That's what you can do, because you got to heal. Some of you, this is what you're going to end up doing. You are a superstar. You got a superpower. Bingo. Right there. Period. Period. And with the Hangman energy in reverse and the star energy, you're not like anybody else. Your gift is your gift. Your gift is very unique. Your situation that you went through is very unique. We all went through some BS, right? All the people that I talked to, one thing in common is everybody was going through some BS in 2025. Okay? And the thing is that you heal from that. You age from that. You mature from that. Okay? With the star energy. You grow wisdom from that. You know, you went right from Sagittarius energy to Aquarius energy, okay, with the Pisces energy. So you are following, and then here's Sagittarius energy as well. So you change the trajectory of your bloodline. Okay, you've completed some type of generational curse here. All right, this is amazing. Yeah, with the King of Swords here, facts. Okay, this is you being crowned king now. Okay, this is what this is. Somebody analyzing what's going on here, looking at the facts, looking at logic, because this is all earth and air. Earth and air. This is putting pen to paper. Okay, actually seeing it and believing it. Okay, and understanding the circumstances. This is contract energy. Okay, somebody realizing that this is a spiritual contract manifesting itself in the physical realm. Okay, somebody gets that. Yeah, and here's the Six of Cups in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like this is breaking a childhood curse. Okay, this could have been something that well, the spiritual energy that you had, it could have been binded. Somebody might have binded your energies, or bound your energies, or made you blind to them. You know, like you a kid, you had, I don't know about you, but I know when I was a kid, I felt I was magical. Like I felt I could sense things other people couldn't. You know, I could feel the difference between, you know, when it was nighttime and when it was like I came alive certain times of the day. Like I could feel my energy just, you know, anyway. So some of you, you know, that you could have had that since childhood. It was passed down to you. That could be in your bloodline, your generational energy here. Okay, this was before the womb. Yeah. But yeah, some of you, you know, you had to heal from some things. You had a couple people betray you. You might have had to cut some people off. That might have been the case. It might have had to happen. But you know, you work through it. Some of you, you know, you figure out your way to heal. Okay? And that's what I'm feeling like here. Some of you worked on yourselves. You worked on any childhood wounds, childhood traumas that you might have had, any generational curses. You assessed the situation and you worked within you to do what it was you needed to do to fix it. And so as a result, the ancestors are blessing you, and they're also thanking you. Shh, I told you they had an ill message for you. I told you. I don't usually get channel messages, but I'm like, yeah, let me not right before a reading. You know what I mean? So yeah, look at that. Ace of Pentacles, you got a gift coming. And it's gonna be in the physical realm. It's gonna manifest in this realm. All right. So if you want to pray, you know, pray for your ancestors, pray for all your benevolent ancestors. Okay? All of them, all the benevolent ancestors, all the benevolent spirit guides, all the benevolent guardian angels, all the benevolent soul groups across all dimensions and timelines. Okay? And watch the ancestors come down and bless you and give you vitality and give you life. Your life is through them. Your vitality is through them. You live, they live through you, and you live through them. That is so dope. Yeah, some of y'all coming into some money. Y'all might have to sign some paperwork soon. Okay, with this Hermit energy, King of Swords, and this Devil energy. Yeah, there's some some money coming. Okay, for sure, in some way, shape, or form, some type of material gain or possession of something. Okay, it's gonna be revealed to you. You might win the sweepstakes. Some of y'all need to play the lotto, for sure. Yep. But I feel like you had to cut some people off first before this could come to you. So some of you, because of this transformation, whatever you did, you had to go through this first before you was able to get whatever's coming to you. Because new level, you know, of blessings, now you'll be able to at least have what you need to fight the new devil that's coming with this. Because some of y'all getting something good out of this. This situation, shit. Yeah, some of y'all getting something good. Let's see what else come out. That's to all the warriors out there, the spiritual warriors out there doing their thing. You know, it's a thankless fucking job. Okay, for certain. Listen, some of y'all getting over addictions. Some of y'all don't even crave the shit you used to crave no more. Some of y'all no longer craving certain foods. Some of y'all are no longer craving. Speaking of which, you could take you some oregano oil pills, right? You'll start not having those cravings because those cravings that you get, you know, it could be, you know, you have parasitic infection. So if you got a lot of sugar cravings and things like that, you take you some oregano pills, and that'll help clear that up in about 8 weeks. You know, you take it consistent for 8 weeks, you know, or 8 days, 8 weeks, whatever, right? And that clears up any sugar addictions you might have. I'm being told to tell someone that. But this could also be drug addictions of some sort. Okay, it could be any kind of something that you went to help you cope whatever trauma you were going through. All right. Some of you don't even desire to do things no more. You may not desire to smoke cigarettes no more. You may not desire to drink as much as you used to. He's like, yo, I ain't been buy no liquor and I don't know how long. Or yo, I've been, 2 weeks without smoking. Yay. Whatever you celebrating. Okay. Any type of addiction that you had to fight to get rid of. Okay. Maybe that addiction was your coping mechanism to whatever trauma you experienced. Okay. That's what I'm getting for some of y'all. Yeah. Accepting shit for what it is. Okay. That's part of the healing process. It's like, yo, there's nothing I could do about that shit. Why am I gonna keep stressing about it? The only reason you keep stressing about it is because you haven't accepted the situation, meaning you have to look at it from a different perspective so that your healing can begin. That's the only way for this, for things to be balanced. That's the only way. So, that's something that you're gonna have to that's how you take yourself to the next level. But you're gonna leave some childhood trauma behind as a result of doing that. Okay, that's for some of you. That's dope. Yeah, we have warning. So it's like, for those of you who are afraid to get back out there because you've been hurt by people, family members, friends, lovers, and you keeping your distance from people, I feel like the universe is telling you your gift of discernment is dope. This is a lesson that you had to learn. Some of you just came out of a bunch of cycles, and that energy is hitting you like, whoa, okay? That could be what you're dealing with, and the feedback from that, and a psychological, nervous system readjustment. That's physical stress. You don't realize it. Some people, when you come out of a traumatic situation, you got physical stress going on. Your nervous system has to readjust. So you gotta be able to, deal with that. So for some of y'all, you need to take your B vitamins. And you need to look for, like I said again, this is coming out again in the reading. Some of you need to look for B complex or look for foods that are rich in B vitamins. Okay, is what I'm getting. But trust your instincts. You've learned a lesson here. So if you look back at any situation where you might have been deceived, if you look back and you think about, okay, was there any red flag that had given you the indication that this shit was some bullshit? And if it was, acknowledge that. And just say to yourself every time you think about this shit, because it keep coming to your head, every time you think about it, just be like, okay, well, ain't nothing I could do about it now. Acceptance. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the right frame of mind. Okay? And then I was using shit to cope with it, And that's all it was. So when you're triggered now, you know what triggers you. So this is your superpower. You tamed that beast. You went from it running you with the devil energy, from it running you to you taming it. Okay? And the only way you'll be able to do that is by listening to your intuition, any type of warning signs or signals that come to you about whatever is going on when you get out here and you're interacting with people. As long as you pay attention to that, you'll be fine. Anything that causes any issue. You know what I mean? Don't pay attention and allow people to distract you and take you off your goal. You're going to meet people who are going to distract you. There might be situations and scenarios that are put in your way to distract you. Okay? That's what I'm getting with this third party interference here. All right. So the relationship with yourself is what it could be talking about. Okay, so it says an external party is intruding on this relationship. So it could be a thought that is not something that is something that goes against your moral and ethical standing. Okay, period. And so now you have to really examine it and analyze it and see if that's really what it should be, or if that's what it really, if that what it's hitting for. Is it really? Is it? Yeah, that's all. All right. So, creator, yeah, you are the creator. Now that you got this newfound energy, you can use this to create whatever it is that you want. When you use your prayer warrior skills to bring back energy that was taken from you, okay, and be specific across timelines and dimensions. All right, that's a great term to use in your prayer. Okay, make sure you pray multiple times a day. Set your alarm to say a little mental prayer. And you may be at work and you can't go nowhere and pray, but you set that little alarm and it go off on your phone, and you get that little vibration. That vibration tell you on your phone, okay, just say thank you. And thank you could be short for your long prayer. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Get creative with it. You keep putting those prayers out there, the more you communicate and talk, the more the lines of communication open. Okay? That's how that works. You gotta be consistent. You gotta be a prayer warrior. But some of y'all may have run into something like this, okay? Or you may run into something like this. That could very well be the case. Somebody could find you very attractive, okay? So for some of you, you could be bringing in uh, a mate or someone who's attracted to you. But just listen to your intuition, and it will tell you what you need to know. That's all. It's that simple. Now the hard part is are you going to listen to it? Or are you going to, not the hard part is are you going to listen? That's the easy part. You can listen. What action are you going to take? And that has to do with your decision making faculties. And that's going to be based on your experience. Okay? So when you know better, you keep yourself in check. You know better. So you know how to keep this gives you discernment. This is the gift of discernment right here. All right? The gift of self-control, to control your loins, to control your desires, the gift of the discernment. Just because you see something that look good, you can use your imagination to think about it. It don't necessarily mean you're going to act on it, right? Just because you see something good, right? Some of y'all got sex addictions. You see something that look good and you want to hop on it. Now you want to be all up on it, analyzing and shit, talking about facts. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's saying, like, this is, you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept that you got an issue and take the time to think. That's what I'm getting for some of y'all, all right? Yeah, nightlife. Because some of y'all like that partying and that drinking and that drugging and whatever it is you be doing, popping, sipping, drinking, shooting up, whatever you do. Some of y'all are losing the desire to do that, or you don't do it anymore. That's good. Maybe you're physically healing now from that. Could be some people who salty about you leaving them behind, or leaving a lifestyle about, oh, you too good, you don't want to party with us no more. Or you too good, you don't want to be in a relationship with me no more. Or we don't want to be married no more. Oh, you ain't my daughter no more now. So you ain't my sister no more now. Or whatever you're going through. So you got a problem with me. I'm your coworker. You got a problem with me. Like all that energy, salty, because you choose to just take the high road and accept these idiots for who they are. You've already analyzed them. With the hermit and the devil energy, you have already analyzed them and broken them down and come to your conclusion with the king of swords. You've already done this. You learned that you have to accept these people where they are. That is just all it could be. Okay? Some people just got a good look to them. That's it. Okay? They live terrible, crazy ass lifestyles. Okay? And they may look like a pretty creative thing, but that's the warning. That's the red flag. Usually when these things look a little pretty, and that's the warning. The prettier the package, the stronger the warning. Okay? It usually be that way. Look at, look at. I'm telling you, the prettier they are, it usually be this way. These people are used to getting attention. Okay? Used to getting attention. Now, somebody might think this way about you. Okay? They may think that because you get a lot of attention, you just have a lot of beautiful creative energy, you're very intuitive. They, could be very salty and trying to make you to look a certain way, like you out here wilding and doing all this other netty stuff, like you got addictions and all of this probably, you know. So for some of you, maybe you did have some addictions, and you're cleaning that up now. That's what's dope. But for some of you, you had to get away from a narcissist because a lot of times when you're depressed or you going through a situation, the first thing you want to look at is what are the external stimuli. Okay, what's going on? We could look at what's going on inside too, but what's going on outside is a direct reflection of what's going on inside. So if we see outside that something's going on, we know pretty much you got a problem going on the inside. Okay, that's just this type of stuff. Okay, just to understand it. So with that being said, there are some people who, they'll show these warnings. And when you see those warnings, because of your experience, okay, and your knowledge and your wisdom, okay, you'll be able to recognize this and you'll know how to work with it if you have to. Like this could be somebody you work with. You'll know how to deal with them. You know your approach will be different than if you didn't know that this was like a demon in front of you. Okay? A real demon in front of you. All right, so some of y'all just escaped the damn devil. Okay? With the narcissist and devil energy, some of y'all escaped this damn devil. And what's going on now is they might be a little bitter, might be a little salty. Okay? But you made it through, boo. You on your way out. Okay? So make sure you use prayer as a part of your strategic warfare to fight for your soul, to fight for your battle, to fight for your life. Okay? So I hope you got something out of this. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Peace.